Hello, everyone. Welcome to Checkmate. My name is Bishop, and today I will be reviewing Star Wars Rebels Episode 1 and 2. Episode 1 and 2 because they combined them for the first, pilot episode. So, this show takes place 5 years before Episode 4 New Hope, and it's about the spark of the rebellion and the Empire's growth. So, I didn't have a lot of expectations for this show, and I was pleasantly surprised. Um, Everything was really spot on. The cinematography, the story, the feeling, it just captured that perfect balance. Um, and as a continuing theme with perfect balance, Star Wars Rebels has been able to do something which I know a lot of you Star Wars people have been talking out there about is having worlds without Jedi's, having Star Wars without Jedi. And what I mean by it in a perfect balance, because I'll come out and say it right now, all right? I love me some goddamn Jedi, all right? Star Wars without a lightsaber, yeah, it gets. I'm one of those people. It gets pretty damn boring for me at times without. Not boring per se, but I just love the Jedi and the Sith and the Force are cool ideas, and they're a part of the foundation of the universe. So to just like to exclude them doesn't make any sense to me. And I know, I know it's like, oh, I've heard the arguments. You know, it's a universe, and there's all these other people, and I'm not refuting that fact. I'm just not. I'm not with any type of extreme. I'm not with all Jedi all the time, and I'm not with forget him and kill him. And what this show does so great when it achieves that balance is you're able to get a show where the primary main character, where the primary characters are Jedi's, but they have a supporting cast of people with different ideas and backgrounds. And I'll say right off the bat, I could tell every one of these characters in this show has some type of side story, and I was interested in it without them going into it. The characters are very well done. So you have this whole crew. Um, the main character is Ezra. He's this street smart kid. Um, he's the street smart kid. Kind of a con man. And he ends up bumping into our rebels per se. Um, and the way they bump into each other is they're in the process of stealing these weapons. They're in the process of stealing these weapons from the Empire, and Ezra sees this because he was about to steal them, and so he steals them from them because he's like, screw it. And then going on this crazy chase trying to get the stuff back, the crew captures him. He gets captured by Kanan, and this other guy and this other alien named Zeb. He gets brought along. He gets brought aboard this ship, the Ghost, with where there is also this Tweakley. I think that's the race of these people. Green Tweakley, Hera, and then Sabine, and then there's a robot named Chopper. Sabine, it hasn't been revealed yet in the show, but you can go online and figure it out. Sabine's a Mandalorian. She has a stormtrooper helmet that's all spray painted. Zeb is like the muscle of everything. Hera's the pilot, and Kane or Keenan, he's the leader of it. So why he ends up getting captured. He ends up getting captured, but before they need to drop him off, they have to finish their run, and they end up needing to finish their run selling weapons. He ends up seeing that not only did they steal weapons, but they stole food to give to people who are being oppressed by the Empire. And the show does a really good tone of having this dark undertone of the Empire. There's a scene in the beginning where these stormtroopers are messing with this guy, and this guy's like, "I remember when we didn't have to answer to you." And this Imperial officer is like, "Oh yeah, yeah, we need to arrest this guy for treason." And it's pretty dark. It happens right in the beginning. It's the first scene. And then it also, by contrast, later on in the episode, it has this episode where it has this scene where they're giving these rebels are giving food to these displaced people from these people who have been displaced by the Empire. So that's a part of like that balance thing that I was getting to. And then you have this full crew of these people, like Sabine, being a Mandalorian, and Zeb, he's some alien um, that we don't really know about yet. I haven't seen this type, but he's an alien. You got Hera the pilot, who's really close with the leader, and it's kind of on that like, did they have history type deal? Who knows? I have a feeling she might have fought in the wars. You know, and then Keenan, he's a Jedi, but it shows during this first episode, Ezra goes through this whole process of wanting to be off world, to finally getting off world, to only looking after himself, to finally owning up and saying he wants to actually help people. In the episode, he gets captured by Imperials, holocron, but we know it's a holocron, and he ends up opening it why he's captured. And it's so cool the way they plug this in. I love the way they did it. It's Obi-Wan's message. It's Obi-Wan's message from to the other Jedi. And it goes like, "This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Our order's been destroyed. Don't go back to the temples. Don't do that. Don't seek refuge in these known places." He's like, that time is done now. And in the end of it, he's just like, just remember, if there's one thing, just remember, trust in the Force. And Ezra shows some talent with the Force. They end up having to go save some Wookiees. And they're all strapped and surrounded. So there's this big reveal to where Keenan pulls out his lightsaber and shows the fact that he's a Jedi in front of everyone. And Ezra's like, holy shit, like he has a lightsaber. And then, so Ezra stole the holocron early. He's like, I'm a Jedi, you can stay with us or you can go. And then he's like, whatever. So Ezra gets off the ship and he goes home and he has the holocron. And he's looking at it. And then he I guess sensed them, because it shows that there's undertones that Ezra is very he's very force sensitive, only he doesn't know it's the Force. You can tell he thinks of it more of an intuition, and just he can do these things because he's just kind of going with it and trusting himself. And it's very cool the way they play that out. So at the end of the episode, he's just like, hey, it was a test. Only Jedi force sensitive people can read that holocron. He's like, if do you want to be a part of something, I'll train you to be a Jedi. You can be a part of something, I'll train you to be a Jedi, or you can just keep it, and that can, you can stay here. So at the end, he ends up going, obviously. So the voice actors were on point. The cinematography, it looks really well done. I didn't think I was going to like the art style so well, but with the world now, especially after Clone Wars, there's just something about it that just so fits. Maybe it's because Clone Wars ran so long and that's what I know now, but that 3D art style, I don't like it with everything. It really, really works. I think it's very well done. And then things like the cinematography. So there's a couple times to where there's this whole ending sequence where they're going to save these Wookiees at this prison, and they have to hop out they have to hop out the back of they have to hop out the back of the ship when it comes. And so the ship flies in, and it lands, and it opens up the back, and it pans out to where you're looking through the back, and it was crazy, them hopping out through the back, and you see their back point of view, almost like a first person shooter, you're jumping out with it. It was very well done. It was also seen in the beginning where they get into a shootout in the alley with some stormtroopers, and it goes into the view to where it's you're looking down the alley, and that was so well done as well. It was I was like, oh wow, very well done cinematography. The music was really on point with this stuff. Just it just cued in at the perfect parts where Keenan makes his big debut as him being a Jedi. He pulls out his lightsaber. He's like, doo, doo, doo. It's doo, doo, doo. It's forever, dude. It's great when the Empire, when there's a scene where a Star Destroyer comes out of fucking hyperdrive. It's doom, and it's they start playing the Empire music. Lovely. It was all in all well done. I want to know more about these characters. I want to see what adventures and shenanigans they get into. I'm going to give this first episode an A+. Like it was very well done. Uh, I can't wait to see more. If they continue, if pacing goes well, if pacing goes well, because that's always mainly important for shows like these, to where they're like, to where they have a, to where they have definitive like things going on. Like this is 5 years before A New Hope. All right, like what are you doing in these 5 years? 5 years your time spectrum. Don't make crazy shit happen. Pacing go if the pacing goes well, I loved it. I love it. Yeah, really good show. A plus. I'll be having my review up of episode 3 pretty soon. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you later.